The Thoroughbred is a magnificent animal, bred for speed, bred to compete, the sport of kings.
Wow, West Coast has it by 6.
It's the all-new LetsGoRacingParks.com. Take a ride into this kind of action.
3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go.
LetsGoRacingParks.com is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. It's fun to see them run.
Very pleasant good morning, racing fans, and welcome here to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. Just a week away from the Belmont Stakes, maybe history again. We'll talk about some of the updates coming from Belmont Park here in just a minute. On the track, our local race of the week, The Man was back. He lost his 2018 debut.
He did.
Could he make amends in the slop here on Sunday afternoon? And we'll have some of the big racing from our national coverage over the course of the Memorial Day weekend. And also we'll talk to trainer Everton Smith. Dick, how often does a trainer win with the very first horse he sends out?
I would think not all that often.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there was something unusual you got to call here a week and a half ago.
We'll talk to Everton here in just a little bit. Hi, everybody. Keith Jones down at the beautiful first floor here at Parks Racing, and Mr. Triple Crown Dick Girardi and Dick. Belmont Stakes just 1 week away. We're looking at maybe a field of 12.
Yeah.
But you know that thing about where's the beef? Where's the speed?
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the issue. I mean, Bob Baffert said it after the Preakness. He thought the Belmont would be easier because there's likely not to be any early speed challengers, and he might get the gallop out there and say 24 and 48 and change and cruise through 3/4 and 112 and change. Who's going to run him down from there? I think that's the issue. I mean, just think. I was thinking about Bob and the records that he's putting up now. I mean, he could win now 2 Triple Crowns. I mean, think about it. 1 is insane, but 2. I was thinking about this with LeBron James, and you can't compare athletes and trainers, obviously, but my definition of athletic greatness is the guy who's in the big spot.
Right.
You're almost sure they're going to deliver, and then they do.
Yeah.
Well, that's Bob. That's what he does.
No.
So we'll see.
Bob's having fun again.
Yes, he is.
And here's more with Mr. Bob Baffert.
He just went around there really nice. I brought Martin Garcia in there. He knows he knows how it works, and so he warmed up really nice. And I was talking to him the radio the whole time, and he just went off. And I basically didn't say anything at all to Martin during the work. He just had him down in a nice little groove. I was surprised how easy, the time and how easy he was doing it. We just let him gallop out a little bit further down just to make sure he pulled up down there where Jimmy was. And he stopped, took a deep breath, turned around, and was, that's when he was happy when he turned around. So, that's what you want to see. I want to see that kind of work. I was hoping for that kind of work, just like American Pharoah. When he came back here, he looked like that. So we're just, I wish the race was this week, but we've got another week to go. But, we look really, I think we're in great shape. And, this extra, I feel pretty strong that he's not going backwards on us. He's moving forward. You can see his weight, the way he's held his weight. He's just a big, massive horse. So that's about it.
Because you talked about maybe strolling along in the front end.
Yeah.
He did not get to stroll along in the Preakness
in either
Stakes.
race.
Bravazzo with that man D. Wayne almost got him.
Yeah, I mean, I love D. Wayne.
Yeah.
He said before the Derby, he told my friend Jay Privman of DRF, we're running at all 3.
Yeah.
He didn't even know if he'd run any good, but he's Wayne. He's in, and I love him.
Well, D. Wayne is pretty impressed with that Colt Justify.
Hard not to be.
And here's more from our man D. Wayne.
His efficiency of motion is so good. It is so effortless. That work today, I thought he could have gone in 50 the way he did it. I mean, it was just effortless. There was no effort at all. When you have that efficiency of motion like that, I think the 1.5 miles is well within his scope.
Well, let's get to our local coverage now, Dick. And from Sunday afternoon to the slop, it's a big optional claimer, 6.5 furlongs. It's a $40,000 claiming price or a third level allowance condition. And Dick, the favorite number, well, John Service saddles both of the 2 favorites. Someday Jones is 2-1. And Dick, he's lightly raced, but he's got plenty of talent.
6 for 11 lifetime, $250,000. And I was a little surprised he was the slate favorite, 210-1, 220-1 over the man. You get beat once and they forget about you.
Yeah, he was his favorite 10 times in a row. He loses once, everybody jumps off the bandwagon. Dick, I kind of did a double take. This is the third level allowance in $40,000. He won the same race back in August. He's not in for the tag, and I'm thinking, how is he eligible eligible in here.
Yep.
And look at the conditions. There's a non-winners of a race in 2018 that's put in there. Wait a minute, what was that? That kind of covers just about everybody.
Including the man, the horse of the year here at Parks in 2017.
He's 2-1. Here's the call.
So just less than a half mile to go. Saratoga Jack leads at a length, stalked by the man, who sits on the outside second. A length back to it 3 wide. Glory Stars, who looks to kick in, but a quick run from the man. The man being asked, and he just goes right by Saratoga Jack. A sharp move from the man. The man in front, 3/4 of a length, coming to the quarter pole. Saratoga Jack now has to fight back. Glory Stars third on the outside. Someday Jones has dropped back. Flashy Kayam tried again and 12 with a bit on the far outside. It's the man. With a furlong to go, the man strides away to a 3-length lead. Flashy Kayam coming on for second. After that, it's Saratoga Jack. The others are well behind as the man continues to draw away. And the man was the man today. Eased up at the end. The man wins by 5.
Well, Nick, let's get back on that bandwagon if we ever jumped off. The man was really the man as he just roars away to win by 6, and he gets $6.40 to win the man.
Yeah, and when he got beat the first time out of the 1 hole, Bob Baffert texted me. He says, I told that stupid trainer to scratch him out of the 1 hole. He was kidding, of course. He and John are good friends. I said, don't worry, Bob. He ran well.
Yeah.
He'll win next time. And he won like the really good horse that he is.
What in style. Let's get to our first break. We get back here on Let's Go Racing. We welcome in Everton Smith. We'll be right back with him after this.
The Pennsylvania Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association is the advocate for Parks Racing's horsemen and has worked hard to secure better lives for the hundreds of trainers and their families that work in the thoroughbred racing industry. Our horsemen benefit from medical coverage, trainer pension plans, and increased purses. Thanks to these horsemen, racing at Parks is the very best, providing entertainment for you and the entire family. The Pennsylvania Horsemen are proud to be part of the community and introduce a new generation of fans to the sport of kings.
What does Chapman's 7 locations and 10 car brands mean to you? It means a huge selection of quality pre-owned vehicles, all makes and models, many one-owner, low-mileage certified with miles of factory warranty remaining. Safety checked, meticulously detailed, and each come with a free Carfax report so you can buy with complete confidence at any Chapman Auto store near you. Or shop online anytime at ChapmanPreowned.com.
If our emblem is not on your car or truck, you probably did pay too much.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing, and it is a great pleasure to bring in our special guest today. As Nick and I mentioned, he won with the very first horse that he ever saddled, and that's new trainer Everton Smith. And Everton, congratulations on what had to be a great day for you last Tuesday. We'll get to the race in just a minute. Tell the folks where you came from and how in the world you get into horse racing.
Well, I'm from Jamaica, a small town called Gale, Clarendon. You know, we love animals, so it's not about horses, it's just loving animals and care for them, show them a lot of love and respect. So we're just glad we get this opportunity to be a trainer and to let the thoroughbred world appreciate it, and the pleasure is all mine for you to have me on this morning show. So that's where we just love horses.
Well, a great feat to win with the first race that you, the horse that you ever saddled. And Everton, tell us about that day. You know, as you came in through, you had the first race, so you were able to get it out of the way quickly. Were you nervous? What were your expectations with Marnesia Big Girl as you came into the race?
Well, I was nervous from the night. I couldn't sleep. I like wake up like 3-4 times, wondering if it's time. Yeah. So, you know, and I was nervous during the day, but something just told me she was gonna do it. So that's what I was nervous for, just to feel that feelings that she put inside of me to say, yes, I'm gonna do it for you. So I just give God thanks first and foremost, and thanks to everybody who in my corner, and thanks to Margina Big Girl to give me that first victory. I won't forget that one.
Where'd you watch the race?
Right at the winner's circle.
So you didn't have far to walk?
No, I didn't have far to walk, so I know she was gonna do it, so I stayed close beside the winner's circle.
What was it like when you're in there and you get your picture taken, your horse is walking in?
I have to give it for up to Keith, because he make it so interested and excited. I was just feeling the flow and the vibes at the moment, so I was just basking in it. So I appreciate it. Thank you again.
Everton, it was exciting for me as well. I got news earlier in the day that you were saddling your first horse, and when your horse started to make the run on the turn to get into contention, you had a little rooting gallery down there, and I could hear the excitement swelling down there. So that came right through me. So you helped me too. That really was a big thrill.
Yes, it was a big thrill, and as we say, we give thanks. And we just appreciate the love that everybody comes out and show that day, and we're just happy.
Now, Everton, you could have retired with 1 for 1 and then gotten out of the business with 1,000%. It doesn't work like that, but tell us about your goals here as you move forward.
Well, my goal is to hopefully be like Bob Baffert. I think he's the best. I think he's the best of what he does. So I watch him a lot playing guitar and music, so same interest, and for the love of horses, I hope the racing world just give me a chance and the opportunity, and I won't let them down, and I will just do a good work to the horses them and take good care of them.
Well, you keep working hard back there, and we hope it is a short time before we see you back in the winner's circle again. And Everton, thanks for sharing your big moment with us. Congratulations on what was a big thrill around here, and best of luck going forward.
Thank you, and as I said, the opportunity is all mine to give thanks for this moment, and I really appreciate it, and I just love the game, so like you said, good luck to everyone.
Well, thank you, Everton. It's time to get to our national coverage. It's brought to you by Chapman Auto Group. Unless our emblem is on the back of your car or truck, you probably paid too much. And we start our national coverage at Monmouth Park this week with the match series. We talked about it last week. It's the Salvatore Mile, a Grade 3 race at, a mile. That's pretty cool,
shockingly.
Huh? And purse of $100,000. Dick, the favorite number 3, Sunny Ridge, is 7-5 for that guy, Jason Service. Now, last June, he ran second at the Grade 2 Brooklyn, then he took 10 months off.
Right, he did take a lot of time off. He was actually in the 2016 PA Derby. Remember, he ran against Connect. He's had a good record. The Jersey bred, he's won 5 times, won almost $1 million, Sunny Ridge. Where did that come from?
Second choice, number 2, Shaft of Light, is 2-1 for trainer George Navarro. And Dick, you would have to expect that he is going to be in front.
Yeah, now he's going to the front. That's what he does, race after race, with our good friend, Jose C. Ferrer.
And who else is in here but number 6, Paige McKenney, who's 7-1 for trainer Mary Epler. He is now an 8-year-old, Dick, and he has a pretty good record.
He should never be 7-1. He's just, well, we're going to see it in a minute, but he's just one of these horses we love to watch run because he loves to run.
He can't do it again.
He's Paige McKenney.
Grade 3 Salvatore Mile. Here's the call.
Shaft of Light a little quicker now, opens up a length. Sunny Ridge keeps him in his sights, and then comes Chip Leader, a clear third, 3 lengths off the tempo. They're followed by Paige McKenney, who's guided over toward the rail. Then it's Indian Guide racing 5th, about 8 lengths off the pace, and another half dozen to Papa Zulu on the inside of Great Stuff. They straighten away for the run down the backstretch, and it's Shaft of Light, not going that quickly. Ferrer just took a peek back to see the Jersey bred Grace, Sunny Ridge, a length and a half behind in second. Then comes Chip Leader in third, Paige McKenney holding his own in fourth, 4 lengths off the lead past the half-mile pole. Indian Guide has lost some ground now toward the back of the pack, joined between horses by Papa Zulu, and Great Stuff is outside of that pair. Shaft of Light in control, 3 furlongs out. He's in front by a length. Sunny Ridge is called on now, and he's 3/4 behind. These two start to sprint clear. It's another 3 lengths back. Paige McKenney takes third. Chip Leader a weak in fourth. Then comes Great Stuff, and down at the rail, Papa Zulu. They're at the top of the stretch. Sunny Ridge on the outside, up to Shaft of Light. Shaft of Light digs in gamely. Sunny Ridge ahead, back second. Paige McKenney is finishing strongly on the outside. And here comes Paige McKenney. Has to get to Shaft of Light. Shaft of Light a length. Paige McKenney closing. Paige McKenney, a true professional, gets up.
Well, Dick, he is just unbelievable. He's always behind in the stretch, but all he does is put his head down, and here he comes, and he wears him down, and he gets up again. Yeah, at 7-1, half length with $17.60 to win. Tell us some of the stuff you have about Paige McKenney.
On the floor turn, he's got no chance, right?
Yeah.
And then in the stretch, he still has no chance because they're really not slowing down. But then, as you said, he just puts his head down, and here he comes. And he's one of these horses that knows where the wire is. Keith, he went 0 for 12 to start his career.
0 for 12.
Since then, he's 22 for 44. The Pennsylvania bred, look, he's a Maryland horse trained down there by Mary Epler,
right.
But he might as well just be a Parks horse. He's run here 10 times with 7 wins. Like Ben's Cat, a Maryland horse who called this place a second home, needs to be in the Parks Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
As good a Pennsylvania bred as we've had. 1.87 million, only 2 graded stakes. This was his 2nd graded stakes win, but he just runs them every time, and he's 8. And he just got 101 buyer as an 8-year-old. There's not many 8-year-olds that get into the triple digits. I love this horse, and we'll probably see him back here later in the year, I have no doubt.
Almost 1.9 million, and he said he was claimed for what, 16,000?
Right, he was claimed for 16,000 July 20th of 2013 at Penn National. One of the great claims in horse racing history right there.
Unbelievable. Paige McKinney does it again.
Okay.
Dick, let's get to the West Coast. It's the Grade 1 Gold Cup at Santa Anita. They'll be going 1.25 miles for $500,000. The favorite, number 4, City of Light, gets bet down to 6-5 for trainer Michael McCarthy. Dick, until his most recent race at Oaklawn Park, he'd never been past 7 furlongs. Now he wins at Oaklawn at 1 1/8 miles, but you're going to go 6-5, and you're going 1.25 miles now?
Yeah, and he barely beat Accelerate, who's obviously proven at the distance. I mean, he showed he's a 1.25 mile horse. This horse has won 2 Grade 1s and a Grade 2 in his last 3 for Mr. and Mrs. Warren. Have had some pretty nice horses through the years.
Second choice, number 2, Accelerate. As you just mentioned, he's 9-5. He's the big cap winner, and big cap at 1.25 miles. He ran 110.
He did run 110. He got 109 last year when he won the San Diego, which was the day we all found out that, like, Arrogate wasn't Arrogate anymore when he ran so badly, but everybody kind of ignored it. But Accelerate was really good, and it's been good ever since.
Grade 1 Gold Cup. Here's the call.
As they make their way past the 6 furlong pole, it's Dr. Door in front, just over a length. City of Light stalking. Accelerate third inside Pavel. 3.5 lengths Prince of Arabia. Full of Luck is now 5 lengths behind him. Coming past the 5/8 pole into the back stretch, and Dr. Door making play. From City of Light, Accelerate Pavel, clear of Prince of Arabia, who is 6 lengths off the lead in the middle stages, and in turn 6 ahead of Full of Luck. To the half-mile pole in the Gold Cup at Santa Anita, Dr. Door is showing the way by just over a length to City of Light. Accelerate Pavel. No changes in structure. Prince of Arabia continues to travel solo 5th, and several more lengths to Full of Luck. 3/8 left to go, and it's Dr. Door by a half length. City of Light edging closer. Then Pavel on the outside of Accelerate, who's in a pocket at the 5/16 pole, clear of Prince of Arabia. Full of Luck to the quarter pole. Dr. Door being joined by City of Light. They're 1.5 lengths in front of Accelerate. Espinosa is working him into the clear. Pavel dropping off a little bit 4th at the top of the stretch, and Dr. Door under the whip. City of Light on his outside. Here comes Accelerate. Accelerate moves up sharply at the 8th pole. He's gone straight past them. Accelerate does just that.
Well, a heck of a double for Accelerate. He wins the Big Cap and the Gold Cup, and does it in style here. He just draws off to win by better than 4th. Again, $5.80 to win. Number 5, the Dr. Door. Second, City of Light ends up finishing 3rd. Dick, Accelerate. Boy, did he run big.
Yeah, he ran huge. I mean, just sitting in the pocket 3rd, and then when Victor pointed him out on the far turn, he just took off a very powerful win. 111 buyer, and right now you would have to say he is the best older horse in training until West Coast reappears and becomes West Coast again, because Gunrunner has retired, and Justify's not an older horse.
Right, so that was a heck of a performance. That's a big double, the Big Cap and the Gold Cup.
Yeah, and I would think it's interesting, John Sadler, you'd think he'd be thinking about the Breeders' Cup. He's obviously looking at the Pacific Classic. John Sadler is like 0 for a million in the Breeders' Cup. Yeah. When he leaves California, his horses don't just lose, they lose badly. It's one of the more bizarre things you've ever seen. Because the guy's a really good trainer, but he can't win outside the state.
Well, Dick, let's keep it out at Santa Anita, the big Memorial Day weekend. On Monday, they had the Grade 1 Shoemaker Mile. We're on the grass at a mile for a purse of $400,000. And who shows up at number 6, Heart to Heart? 3-2 for that guy, Brian Lynch. Dick, it took them a long time to win a Grade 1 race with Heart to Heart. He now wins back-to-back Grade 1s. Now, he loves to get to the front, but there's a chance that he's not going to get the lead here today.
Yeah, he would not have been a horse I would have liked in this spot, because he's going to be chasing who is a confirmed front runner from the rail. So Yeah, not this day. I would have liked Heart to Heart.
Second choice, number 2, Bowie's Hero, who's 2-1, a much improved horse here for trainer Philip D'Amato. And from that 2-hole with the speed on the inside, you would think, now he's the Kilroe winner, you'd think he would get a great trip.
Yeah, that's the turf trip that you're looking for, the second sitting behind the speed.
Let's take a look at the Shoemaker Mile. Here's the call.
Is just in the front, but here's Heart to Heart, pouring on the pressure at the 3/8 pole in the Shoemaker Mile. 2 lengths to Blackjack Cat, 2 more lengths to Bowie's Hero. It's still a somewhat strung out field. Hunt running a forward race on the inside as 5th. Next share still a long way back, about to come to the extreme outside. Ormond, Heart to Heart together at the 3/16 pole. Hunt is running a giant race. He represents serious danger. A line of 3 at the 8th pole now. Heart to Heart, Hunt. On the inside. Next shares Bowie's Hero finishing on. Hunt and Heart to Heart, followed by Next shares. Hunt gets his head in front, and Hunt has won from Heart to Heart.
Well, Philip D'Amato had Bowie's Hero at 2-1, but Dick, he also had Hunt, who was 9-1. Of course, we never see this happen before. Hunt comes off a layoff. He's never wanted a mile. And just runs a big one, gets up to win by a head $21.60 to win. Heart to Heart was a tough second. Number 8 Next shares closes for 3rd. Dick, Hunt ran some big races last year at a longer distance, but he came off the layoff and ran big for that guy, Philip D'Amato.
Yeah, and this is a win and you're in for the Breeders' Cup Mile.
Right.
And they ran in the turf last year and he got annihilated by Talismanic and that crew. But Hunt, he's won races between 6.5 furlongs down the hill and 1 3/8 miles on the turf. Hey. Now he's got another dimension. He's won it a mile.
Let's get to our next break. We come back here on Let's Go Racing, weekly awards, and we have some other great stuff to talk about, don't we? We do. Man from 10 Strike Racing, Marshall Graham. Be right back after this.
Racehorses are pampered,
treated with care, and loved.
Nothing is more important than their health and their safety.
We do right by them,
and they do right by us.
The hard-working folks
who proudly earn our living
in Pennsylvania's horse racing
and breeding industries.
Horse racing is a lot of fun.
But it's so much more.
It provides tens of thousands of jobs.
Jobs, and billions in economic impact each year.
All across the Commonwealth.
Horse racing in Pennsylvania. It's a winner.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing. The weekly awards are brought to you by the Turning for Home program, the best in the business, turningforhome.org. Dick, our Jockey of the Week. Don't mention him enough, really. Michael Sanchez, who had a breakout year last year. And again, sitting second behind Frankie Pennington, the jockey standings, had an excellent week. Michael Sanchez is our Jockey of the Week, and how can we not name our buddy Everton Smith as our Trainer of the Week? And we can't congratulate him enough on what is a really cool feat.
Get back in the winner's circle, Everton.
Dick, let's go racingparks.com.
Yes, sir.
You are on there each and every week.
I am.
For us, those of us that miss your articles, we get a chance to at least read you on Let's Go racingparks.com. And this week, it's our buddy, Marshall Graham.
Yeah, the leading owner here the last 2 years, 2016 and 2017, 10 Strike Racing. Marshall, of course, has an operation that's around the country, but he says in this story his favorite place to run, without question, is Parks. And for the people that don't know Marshall, he's an economics professor at Rhodes College in Memphis, Tennessee. But he has obviously a significant stable up here. They won almost $800,000 in purses at Parks, and he plowed every last nickel back into the game. And he loves it, Keith. And you know he's a really good dude.
He really is.
Loves the
Absolutely.
game, and he just thinks Parks, the condition book, the racing here, it just fits his profile perfectly. And now they're starting to win a few stakes races even with Zanatti, and he's having a good time. And he, for the people that don't know, also he is the son of the former U.S. Senator from Texas, Phil Grant.
Really?
Indeed.
And you get the entire story.
You find out stuff here.
On Let's Go racingparks.com. Let's get to race recap now. And Dick, we have a couple we want to take a look at. We're going to start with the Grade 1 Gamely. That's the fillies and mares at 9 furlongs of the grass out at Santa Anita. Number 7, Hawksmoor, is even money for trainer Arnaud Delacour. She was expected to be on or near the pace, but she went down to her knees
Missed
at the
the
start.
break, yep.
And then here comes a great finish. It looks like number 4, Sophie P at 14-1.
Yeah, Sophie P from my man James Cassidy and Kent DeSorbo
Look at
up
this.
by a nose. And yeah, Hawksmoor, of course, owned locally by the Jacksons of Barbaro fame. Better than this finish at 5th, but was eliminated at the start.
Yep, $30 to win on Sophie P. And back to Monmouth Park, the Grade 2 Monmouth Stakes, 9 furlongs on the grass for $200,000. Field of 5. Number 7, Frostmourne, looked like the lone speed here, gets back down to 6-5. But Dick, in a 5-horse field, how does the defending champ, trained by Chad Brown, end up at 4-1? Money multiplier.
Ridden by Joe Bravo.
Look at this.
And it's going to come closing to get up in time to win by 3/4 of a length. I have no explanation for the price. A son of Looking at Lucky, just like Accelerate. Pretty good weekend for the former Preakness winner.
4-1, $10 on Money multiplier and Chad Brown at Monmouth Park. Dick, eye on racing. How about Penn National this
Penn
weekend?
National with the big. I'll be out there hanging out for the Penn Mile, the 3-year-olds on the grass. A couple other neat stakes at Penn. It's their big day in the sun. The week they try to do it in between the Preakness and the week before the Belmont Stakes every year, and it's become a big deal.
Dick, sometimes I scratch my head at horse racing. The Penn Mile, 3-year-olds on the grass, graded race at Belmont this weekend. 3-year-old race on the grass, the Grade 3 Penine. How does that happen?
That's why I need to be the commissioner of this sport, because if I was, I would fine Belmont Park. I would suspend them for weeks at a time. Yeah, just come on, this is so stupid.
Dick, let's get to news and notes. We'll wrap it up after this.
Parks Racing is the perfect place for family fun. Hear the thunderous sounds of the thoroughbreds racing down the stretch from our picnic road. Or you can get up close and personal trackside for excitement you will never forget. Parks Racing is a great place to meet up with your friends. It's all about action and hopefully picking a few winners. Many of the same horses on the Triple Crown Trail will be heading to Parks Racing in the fall for the $1 million Pennsylvania Derby, right here at Parks Racing. It's fun to see them run.
Welcome back, everyone, to Parks Racing for Let's Go Racing, the final segment news and notes brought to you by Pewter Stable. We've told you the website, pewterstable.com. Log on. Let's become an owner today.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
How about Trish Bowman? She's with us
back
today.
hanging out with us.
Absolutely great stuff. Bruce Casella, Dick Girardi, Keith Jones, and Dick, he has been working.
Yes.
Our Bob Baffert is not going to leave Justify alone. He's been out on the track. What's he doing?
Nah, he's not going to bring a short horse to Belmont Park. Look, it's been an incredible schedule for Justified to get to where he is. 90 days, undefeated, Derby, Preakness, Santa Anita Derby, unprecedented in horse racing history. Now 111 days after his first start, he's going to try for the Triple Crown. Did work on Tuesday, 46.8. I would think that'd probably be the only work. They'll just gallop up to the race, go to Belmont Park at probably the middle of next week. And try to become only the second horse in horse racing history to win the Triple Crown while undefeated. And you know who the first one is, do you not?
Yep.
We have to go back 41 years to the great Seattle Slew.
Dick, the Pennsylvania Derby.
Yes, sir.
Bob Baffert.
Yes, sir.
Has been here before.
He has.
Won it a couple of times.
Yes.
Justify is going to take a break after the Belmont Stakes.
Yes.
Is there any chance?
Well, now that it's a Grade 1, I think there is a chance. Bob's obviously had great success here.
Lots of bonuses.
Here's what it's going to come down to. His first race, assuming all goes well, after the Belmont, will almost certainly be the Haskell. It's Bob's middle name, Bob Haskell Baffert. He's won it like 100 times.
Seen it on his birth certificate.
Right, and that's at a 1 1/8 miles. Well, what happened 3 years ago? Then they went to the Travers with American Pharoah. How did that work out?
Maybe not so good.
Bob is, I mean, he's won the Travers, obviously, a couple times recently, but there will be a lot of heat on him to go to the Travers. Maybe Bob says, you know what? I need a little more time. I like that spacing to the PA Derby. I like Philadelphia. He likes hanging with us. We'll see. It'd be great to see Justify here. Originally, he was talking when Sam Elliott was here. McKenzie was going to be his PA Derby horse. But things change.
Absolutely.
And I believe there's still bonuses involved for like horses that win like the Derby and the Preakness.
He's got a lot of cash, Well, that's going to wrap it up this week. Join us for live racing 12:55. See you next week on Let's Go Racing.